Today is going to be a unique one. I'm going to play GeoGuessr, but the Boise, Idaho version, which if you don't know what that is, here's a quick snippet.
Round 2 is going to be just Columbia here. You're going capital. It was capital.
But while I play, I will be giving you insights. It's about 1.5 miles to the top from the bottom, which tips and teaching you about the Boise areas, all while you get to see the street views and you can see if you truly know the Boise area. Now, I did not make this map. Somebody else made this. I have no clue what these locations are going to be. It's going to be completely random, but hopefully it gives you some better eyes on some of the neighborhoods, popular locations in Boise, and I can give you some insight into each of these as we play the game.
Let's start.
This right here is going to be, you can see downtown Boise, not too far. You get some of this a little bit older. You have the inn here. This is a lot of what around downtown Boise is, especially kind of towards Garden City. So if I had to guess, it'd be on the Garden City side of downtown. When you get on the other side, kind of towards the foothills, it's a little bit nicer. So we'll see if this is right here. Yep, so this is right as you're coming into downtown Boise. This is the on-ramp. It's just right off the interstate. And you, from here to Garden City, which is right here, as you can see, you get more older homes. It's not as nice. Garden City is an area that's not as safe. It's probably one of the least safe areas in the valley. And I kind of advise people to stay away from this area. But that's what it's going to look like right there, just outside of downtown Boise. Next up is obviously BSU. So this is an easy one. This is going to be right on BSU's campus. You have some of the dorms over here. This is kind of what that area is going to look like. And BSU, as you'll see in a second, is going to be right next to the Boise River. So Boise State runs along the Boise River. You also have Albertson Stadium with the blue turf. You have Julia Davis Park right here. There's the zoo. You also have Catherine Albertson's Park, and then Ann Morrison. So these are a lot of the parks right around downtown Boise. And then of course the green belt that runs through the stadium. And then at BSU, there's always concerts, football games, basketball games. We have comedians and big time stars who we had Luke Combs this summer. Me and my fiance went there. And then along Broadway, you have a lot of college kids that live in this area in central Boise, just because you're right next to BSU. And then also on the bench, you have a lot of college kids that live right around here. Next looks like we're gonna be just outside of downtown again. This is gonna be some of those bench homes, those 1970s, 80s houses. It's gonna be right up here, probably in the central bench would be my guess. Yeah, so not too far from Ann Morrison Park. Right here, you kind of have a little bit of a foothill. So you have homes along these foothills here, and then you also have them in southeast Boise where you have homes elevated and you get a really nice view of downtown, the mountains. And they are, again, that more mid-century home, 3-bedroom, maybe 1 bathroom unless they've been renovated, because back in the 70s and 80s, they only built 1 bathroom in a lot of houses. But this is a pretty nice area. You're right next to the cemetery, and then Wild Child right here is a really good burger place. So if you live on the bench or you come visit Boise, definitely check Wild Child out. It's a really good place to eat. This is gonna be the Village in Meridian, which is a really popular place to shop. We'll just kind of take a look here at some of the areas in the Village. You have all of the shopping you'd ever need here. There's restaurants right here as you come into the Village where the fountains are. So there's a little wine and beer bar here. You have Kona Grill, which is just on the other side of this. And then you have Matador over here on the corner. There's also Kleiner Park right next to the Village. And then we have In-N-Out that just came here. But as you can see, you have Vans, Lululemon. There's a Lego store that came in here. And as you can see, it's just really nice. It's a nice place to hang out for the day, do some shopping, have lunch, hang out, go to Kleiner Park. You can play pickleball. You can walk the paths. There's nice ponds there. So just get this guess in really quick. It'll be right in the center of the Village. And there we go, right on there, 4 meters away. Next up, let's see what we got. We're gonna be, this looks like Table Rock. Hopefully it loads here in a sec. Yep, this is gonna be Table Rock. So Table Rock has a big cross up on top of the hill. And this is a really popular hiking place in the Boise Valley. It's about 1.5 miles to the top from the bottom, which you can see the bottom right down in here. And then you have the state penitentiary down at the bottom as well, which is an old historic penitentiary jail cell that you can go tour. But hiking up to Table Rock, it's a good workout. And then as you get to the top, you have this beautiful view of the valley, which is an awesome thing to be able to have. Yep, there we go, Table Rock. As you can see, Table Rock's gonna be right by downtown. It's just a short drive, and then you can see the old penitentiary there. There's also a golf course, and over here is gonna be Southeast Boise, which is a really popular part of Boise. Has some awesome neighborhoods. There's Columbia Village in there. You're right along the Boise River. You have Barber Park, and then you're also along all of these hiking trails like Table Rock. You also have a ton all throughout downtown Boise and along these foothills. As you can see, 25,000 would be a perfect score. I got 19,000. Let's go ahead and play another one. Hopefully we get some new spots and to teach you more about the Boise area. So here we have, ooh, this might be a tough one. Oh, just kidding. There's BSU Stadium. So another BSU location. It's going to be right here across the street from the stadium downtown. Of course, you're going to have BSU games in the fall. Again, right along the Boise River. Ton of places here. You have an Albertsons here, which is nice. Albertsons has bars in their store, so you can get a drink and then go shop at Albertsons while you drink and shop. It's nice. I know some husbands love that. They'll take over the shopping. Let's take a look at the next location. This looks like it's going to be in either Star or, nope, this will still be Boise. So it's probably one of the bridges near downtown Boise that crosses the Boise River. And this might be kind of downtown by Garden City, which is right in here. Yeah, so Garden City is right here along the Boise River in Albertsons Park. Again, Garden City is a place that I stay away from. It's not too far from West Boise, which maybe we'll get a few houses in there, but West Boise and the Bench are very similar, where you have a lot of mixed development. You have houses next to mobile homes, next to apartment complexes, and then it's a little bit less nice. The nicer parts of Boise are going to be the north end up in here and along these foothills and Quail Hollow, and then of course Southeast Boise. This is going to be BSU again. We won't go through BSU again, but these are what some of the dorms look like. And again, right there along the Boise River and the zoo right across the street. This could be along Fairview in West Boise. I know there's some Flying M Pizzas, which is a really popular pizza place in the valley. You got a McDonald's across the street. Let's just take a look at this street so you can kind of see what it's like driving around in this part of Boise. I definitely is going to think this is going to be in that West Boise area off of Fairview. You get a lot of these kind of older looking commercial style properties with a few strip malls in between. And it's not quite as nice as Meridian. In Meridian, the commercial properties are going to look a lot nicer than this one does. So we'll see if this is Fairview. You do get this in Nampa as well, but I don't think it's Nampa just because a lot of these trees that you have, you get most of these trees as Boise, and the trees get bigger and more apparent as you get closer to downtown. Oh, this was actually over on Broadway. So Broadway's fairly similar. I'd say Broadway, West Boise, right in here along Fairview and U-Stick, and then some parts of Nampa. You get that very similar style look with those older commercial properties, and a little bit more rundown look, not as nice as Meridian or Eagle. This is going to be right downtown Boise. Obvious guess here, but let's just take a look, see what Boise downtown looks like. You have a lot of shopping areas. It's a good place to hang out. There's tons of restaurants downtown Boise. One of the things that I hear a lot of people complain about is some of the nightlife in Boise is not nearly as vibrant as some of the other major metro areas. You only have one street with a few bars. I'd say in Boise, the more popular thing to do is go to the breweries that are downtown. We have a lot of breweries. Idahoans like their beer, and you can just go hang out and have a beer, have a bite to eat, hang out. A lot of them have an outdoor area for your dog or to play cornhole. So easy guess here, but that gives you an idea of kind of what downtown Boise looks like. Again, 18,000 there, 25,000 would be a perfect score. We're not going for a high score here. I'm just trying to give a good idea give you some different perspectives and a randomized look at kind of what the valley and the Boise area will look like. Well, this is a little bit of a unique one. I know there's a few other Boise maps that take you all over the Treasure Valley. So this is a little bit of an experiment to see if you guys like this style where it's more randomized. You get some tips and you get to see kind of what the areas actually look like from a street view. So in the future, leave a comment if you want me to do more videos like this, because I can do another map, or I can have my fiance or some of my team members make a specific map with some of the more popular areas and do this style of video again. But thank you guys for watching.